Hello, PreCalc. This is the 14th, so you'll be viewing this after Wednesday's class. And I haven't titled it yet. And we're just going to add a couple more trig IDs. So let me go ahead and, if you would just pause for a minute and write down the 4 basic sum and difference IDs that we've already had and hopefully are becoming memorized. So go ahead and write those down. And then we're going to conduct a process which will give us 4 more trig IDs. All right, now that you've got that down, I want to make a little substitution here, which will get me where I want to go. And the substitution is going to look like this. Whenever there's an a plus b, I'm going to replace it with an x. So here, and wherever there's an a minus b, I'm going to replace it with a y. So x, y, x, y. But if I'm switching from a b land to x, y land, I can't just change these. I have to change these as well in an equivalent manner. So if I'm saying a plus b is x and a minus b is y, what does just a equal? Well, I can take 2 equations and add them. That will give me 2a, no b's, equals x plus y. Solve that for a, x plus y over 2. So everywhere there's an a, I'm going to substitute x plus y over 2. Alright, this is going to look smushed on the video. I kind of panned out pretty far so you could see everything at once. Alright, so a is x plus y over 2, x plus y over 2, etc. Alright, so now I'm going to figure out what to do for b. So I'm going to go back to the fact that a plus b, we substituted that for x, and a minus b, we substituted for y. This time I'm going to multiply the bottom equation by a minus 1, and that will change the sign of everything, but it will keep the equality true, still equal. Alright, so now I'm going to add those. This time I get 2b equals x minus y, or b equals x minus y divided by 2. Alright, so now wherever there's a b, I'm going to put in an x minus y divided by 2. Alright, so that is the result. So I replaced every a with x plus y divided by 2 and every b with x minus y divided by 2. Alright, so you need to do the same on your list. To come up with the 2 IDs that I'm interested in, I am going to take the first 2 equations and add them. It's mathematically sound if you have two sides that are equal, an equation, and 2 other sides that are equal, an equation. You can add the equations to one another and come up with another equation that is true. So I'm going to add this one to this one. Remember, here's the equal sign. We add what's on the left and we add what's on the right. So on the left, I'm going to get sine of x Remember, we've replaced that a plus b with an x. So I'm going to get sine of x plus sine of y. That's what I get on the left side. On the right side, I'm going to get sine of, well, I'm going to like kind of simplify it as I go because it's so much to write otherwise. I'm going to see that on this term and this term are the same but opposite signs, so they're going to cancel one another out and become a 0. So we have plus this minus the same, so we'll get a 0 here. What do we get when we add these two terms? Well, this term is identical to this term, so we're going to get 2 of them. 2 sine x plus y over 2 cosine x minus y over 2. All right, so again, I added these two to get this, and this side, these two canceled, and these doubled. All right, so now I finished that trig ID. All right, so that goes in the body of your book and then in the back where you have them all collected. All right, so now for the next one, I am going to go back to these two again, and I'm going to multiply the bottom one by a -1 all the way across. So this term becomes negative, this term becomes negative, and this term becomes positive. So I've went and done that. That's mathematically sound. So now I'm going to add these two equations. So on the left, I get sine x minus sine y equals, this time these two terms are identical but opposite in sign, so when I add them they zero out, and I have 2 of these. So these are identical terms. When I add them, I get 2 cosine x plus y over 2 sine x minus y over 2. All right. All right, we're really spitting out these trig IDs. All right, the third, I'm going to take these two and add them. All right, so on here, this side, I get cosine x plus cosine y. And so again, when I add two equations, I add the expressions on the left and then the expressions on the right of the equal sign. So on this side, these are going to add to 0, being opposite in sign. These are identical terms, so there will be 2 of them. All right. One more. Guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to multiply this bottom one by a -1. This term becomes negative. This term becomes negative. And now this term is negative. So when I add those, I get these two terms add to give you 0. These two, they're both negative, so I'm going to get -2 of these terms. All right, those are your 4 new trig IDs for today. And here I'll show you how to do one using them, try to keep them in view. We're going to find the cosine of 195 plus the cosine of 105. So we have to figure out which of our new trig IDs to use. So I'm looking down here. Found it. Cosine 195 and cosine 105. My medication makes me like this. So cosine 195 plus cosine 105 is going to follow this pattern. All right. So plugging in, this is my x value, this is my y value. I'm going to get the problem restated. X is 195, so y is 105. All right, simplifying these expressions right here, I bet will lead us to something we can find on the unit circle. 195 plus 105 divided by 2 is, so this is 300 divided by 2 is 150. That's on the unit circle. And this is 90 divided by 2 is 45. All right, so I get to the cosine of 150. Let's say 150. I think that's 5 pi over 6. It's right here. So we go back, negative square root of 3 over 2, up 1/2. So it's this one. So the first coordinate is the cosine. Negative square root of 3 over 2. Cosine of 45. Square root of 2 over 2. Square root of 2 over 2. So the first coordinate, square root of 2 over 2. 2 times, oops, this 2 will cancel out, say that 2. And we're going to get negative square root of 3 times negative square root of 2 over 2. That cannot be simplified because this number is in the radical and this one is out. So that's as far as this will go. And that is the exact answer. If you put this into your calculator, you would just get a demonic decimal. It's just an approximation. This is exact. Snazzy. All right, enough snaz for one night. We will be working on problems that reflect that work tomorrow. See you then, hopefully.